Hey everyone, it's Lisa Mears here, and today I am super excited to share with you the brand new Rose Quartz Misti that was made exclusively for Scrapbook.com. And I'm so thankful to Scrapbook.com for sending me this Misti to share with all of you. So if you are unfamiliar with the Misti, it is a stamping platform that allows for consistent stamping with your clear stamps and rubber cling mount stamps. So basically it will keep your stamp and paper in place so that you can do repeat stamping to get the best impression of your stamped images. So let's go ahead and take this out of the box so that you can see what it looks like. Now I will say that it is identical to the previous Misti if you have the red one or if you have the black one. It's pretty much the same thing. There's only a very slight difference which I'll show you here momentarily, but here's what it looks like. This Misti does measure 6.5 by 8.5 inches, and that's the actual platform usable space itself. So the foam pad and the grid paper pack that are included, that's 6.5 by 8.5 inches, but the Misti itself measures about 8.1 inches by 10.5 inches with the lid closed. And as of now, this is the only size that this Rose Quartz Misti comes in. I'm not sure if it will come in any other sizes. But here you can see my old Misti next to my new Misti, and they are the same exact size. When I hold them up, you can see they're the same thickness. I did notice that my old Misti had a straight corner edge, a 90-degree angle there on the corners, and the new Misti had a more rounded edge, which that doesn't make a difference in the functionality of the Misti at all. It's just a decorative design. And I also noticed that the new Misti had a little beveled edge in the center of the lid, which my old Misti does not. The lid is completely flat. The new Misti also comes with the grid paper just like the old one does, and it also comes with a black foam mat just like the old one. And it comes with one magnet to hold your paper down. And if you wanted to buy additional magnets, you can do that because they are sold separately, but it does come with one magnet. So I have to show you this other new product that I received that goes perfectly with this Rose Quartz Misti, and that is the LDRS Creative Stampendable Stamping Tool, which also comes in Rose Quartz. This tool fits perfectly in the palm of your hand, and it has a firm felt pad at the bottom that transfers an even pressure over the entire lid of your Misti to give you a great stamped image each time. So of course I have to go ahead and try out this new Misti. So I'm going to make a card using the Scrapbook.com Botanical Borders with Sentiments stamp set. There are several sentiments on this stamp set. Congratulations, you are loved. There's a happy birthday. Thank you so very much, and thinking of you. And there's also some floral borders in there. So this mat is the Scrapbook.com Clearly Amazing Multi-Use Mat. They come in two different sizes to fit in your Mistis. I'm using the 6.5 by 8.5 size that fits in this larger Misti, but they also have a smaller one for the mini Misti. So I went ahead and placed it in my Misti, and the mat actually has a very light tack to it. So it allows you to place your cardstock on that mat, and the cardstock does not move. So you can see when I flip the mat over, it doesn't move, and it just allows me not to have to use my magnets. If I wanted to use the magnet, I totally could to hold the paper down, but the whole purpose of this multi-use mat is that you don't have to use your magnets because it will hold that cardstock to it. So I went ahead and added a piece of white cardstock. My cardstock measures 4 1/8 by 5 3/8, and I added it to the lower right hand corner of my Misti. I positioned my stamp in the middle of the cardstock, closed the door on the Misti, and now I'm going to go ahead and ink up my stamp with some black hybrid Scrapbook.com ink. So I went ahead and put the ink on the stamp, and now I'm going to close that Misti lid, and then I'm going to use my Stampendable tool, and I'm just going to give an even pressure and transfer that ink onto the cardstock. And the nice thing about using the Misti is that if you don't get a good first impression, you can always ink up your stamped image and stamp it down again, and it will keep your stamp and your paper in place. And you can continue inking up your stamp to your heart's desire until you get that impression that you're looking for. And another great thing about the Misti is that you can put another piece of cardstock in the same spot in the Misti and stamp the image again. So I didn't move that stamp on the lid. I just cut another piece of cardstock the same size as the first one, put it in the same position, which was at the bottom right hand corner of my Misti, and I could stamp it down again so that if I wanted to create a whole bunch of cards using this same design, I could totally do that. So the Misti will allow me to do it without having to reposition that stamp each time. So as I said earlier, this new Rose Quartz Misti, it works the same as all of the other Mistis. It's just a different color, and it's such a pretty color, and it really goes well with my craft room. The other colors that are available are the red one, as you saw in this video, and there is a black one too. And I will have links to all of those Mistis down below in case you're interested. And I will also have links to all of the other materials, including the grip mat that I used today. So you can see that I made a total of 3 card fronts, and now I'm just going to take out my Colorista markers and I'm going to add color to one of them. So this is just a very simple card that I made with you today on camera by just adding a stamp to a white background using black ink. You can leave the stamp as is on the card panel and add it to an A2 size card front, or if you wanted to add a little bit of color, you can take out some markers and just color the flower image in. These Colorista markers are so easy to use. They come in alcohol markers that you can blend, and they also come in watercolor markers, which I'm using the watercolors today. However, I'm not using water with them. This image is so small that you really don't even need to do any blending or add water. Just take your marker and just color the image in, and you can see that little pop of color that it adds. So to finish these cards up, I'm just going to add that layer to a black panel, and my black panel measures 4 1/4 by 5.5 inches. And then I'll just add that to an A2 size card base. So once again, I will have product links down in the description box below, and I always appreciate when you use my links because it does help support me. So here are the cards that I made. So quick and easy, simple cards using the Misti. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. And if you like this video, please click the thumbs up. And if you like videos like this, be sure to click that subscribe button and turn on your bell notifications so that you'll be notified when I release a new video. Thanks for watching, everyone, and have a great day. Bye-bye.